Hello everyone, I'm Alya Nisrina. So today I will present about travel and tourism. What is tourism? Tourism is generally regarded of the act of traveling to a different location for either business or pleasure purposes. However, it actually has quite a specific definition. The act of traveling to another environment for at least 24 hours, but for no longer than 1 year, for purposes related to business or leisure. A tourist is generally only classed as such if they stay in overnight accommodation situated the location to travel to. But its very nature, tourism involves a round trip rather than travel in one direction only. Within this in mind, the tourism industry refers to all aspects of the service industry that cater to tourists. What is travel? Travel refers to act moving from one location to another. This can refer for long distance travel, short distance travel, overseas travel, domestic travel, and various other forms. Crucially, travel also includes both round trips and one-way journey, and it covers a wide variety of different travel purposes. The difference between travel and tourism. There are some notable differences. Essentially, the tourism industry is concerned with people traveling for business or pleasure purposes, staying in their destination for at least one night and then returning. By contrast, the travel industry has a wider scope, covering more travel purposes and duration. According to United for Tourism Organization, tourism comprises the activity of person traveling to and staying in place outside. They are usually environment for not more than one consecutive year for leisure, business, other purposes not related to the exercise of an activity remunerated from within the place visit. Tourism is different from travel. In order for tourism to happen, there must be displacement. An individual has to travel using any type of means of transportation, but all travel is not tourism. History of business travel and tourism. Swarbrook and Susan 2001, they identified the pace of the development of business travel and tourism and explained each phase in brief. The following are the phases in the historical development of the tourism business according to their version. 1. The origin of business travel and tourism. Business travel and tourism originate with trade between communities. Once agriculture developed beyond the subsistence levels in areas of Africa, Asia, and Europe thousands of years before Christ was born, communities began to trade agricultural products. This led to the growth of market, and producers traveled sometimes hundreds of kilometers to take their produce to market. Archaeological evidence shows us that this trading often took good thousands of kilometers from where they were made. The earliest business travelers were, therefore, artisans and small-scale traders. 2. The Greed of Egypt, Persia, Greece, and Rome. The rise of great empires including those of Egypt, Persia, Greece, and Rome, among others, further stimulate this growth of trade-based business travel. For example, in the Roman Empire, well-established trade routes developed across the empire, transporting goods in all directions. The Museum of Europe, the Middle, East, and North Africa are full of evidence of this fact. A local museum of Roman period in the UK. However, once the empires fell, there was often a period of economic and political instability. And as ever, such instability was seen as undesirable and tended to temporarily reduce the volume of business travel and tourism. 3. The medieval trade fairs. By the medieval period, business travel for trade was well established and its infrastructure included a number of massive trade fairs in strategically located towns and cities. 4. The Silk Route. In the Middle Age, perhaps the greatest business travel route of all time. Its Silk Route reaches its peak. Although named after one community, this route was a conduit for the transportation of a wide variety of goods from Asia to Europe and vice versa. And while the term Silk Route implies a single route, the fact is that there were a number of routes starting and ending in different places. 5. Other early forms of specialist business travel. Throughout history, there have been 3 highly specialist but important forms of specialist business travel. Notably, first, priests of all regions, who have often had to travel with their employment making pilgrimages to shrines. 2. Soldiers, particularly mercenaries traveling to take part in battle or moving in the newly occupied territory. Even more, often they simply moved because they were ordered to move to a different garrison. 3. Workers migrating temporarily in connection with their trade. 6. The Industrial Age and Business Travel. Business travel and tourism in Europe grew dramatically for the 3 main reasons. 1. The Industrial Revolution, which began in the UK, steadily spread to many other European countries. 2. Many European countries developed empires in America, the Middle East, and Asia, and these colonies created a demand for business travel. 3. This period saw the improvement of roads in general in Europe, which made business travel easier. 7. As the 20th century dawned, the next major development in business travel and tourism was taking place in the USA. Meeting has gone on since time immemorial. The concept of the conference and convention was developed at this time in the USA. 8. The explosion of business travel and tourism since 1950. While there is little hard data, it is clear that business travel and tourism has grown dramatically worldwide. Since around 1950, there are 2 types reasons for this growth. 1. Factor leading to a growth in demand. 2. Positive change on the supply side which have facilitated the growth of business travel and tourism. International tourism and domestic tourism. International tourism and international tourists crosses the boundaries of many countries, use different currency, and faces different language and meets different types of people. Domestic tourism, it is concerned with traveling within the country. It doesn't need passport and visa or conversion of one currency into another. Middleton et al. 2009 put the categories as follows. 1. International visitor, who are residents of countries other than being visited and traveling for tourism purposes. It is also known as inbound tourism. 2. International visitor, who are residents of a country visiting other countries and traveling for tourism purposes. It is also known as outbound tourism. 3. Residents visiting destinations within their own country boundaries and traveling for tourism purposes. It is known as domestic tourism. If we talk about international tourists, it's better for us to find out the number of international tourists traveling around the world. In 2019, there were 45 billion international tourist arrivals, with a growth of 37% as compared to 2018. The picture shows the most visited countries by international tourist arrival. The World Tourism Organization reports the following 10 countries as the most visited in the terms of the number of international travelers. The top 10 international tourism destinations in 2019 were, as you can see in the picture by Wikipedia, the first is France, Spain, United States, China, Italy, Turkey, Mexico, Thailand, Germany, and United Kingdom. For example, Bali said welcome tourists in Juli. The most popular tourist destination in Indonesia, the island of Bali, will become the country pilot project for the healthy tourism in the post-COVID-19 outbreak. Not only the project, it's aimed at mitigating the impact of pandemic to the country tourism sector, but also at providing a peace of mind for the visitor during their stay in Bali. Health and safety protocols, known as cleanliness, health, and safety, are being prepared by the Indonesia government for a new normal in the tourism sector. The protocols will be mandatory during the new normal and applied across various national and the local tourism stakeholders ranging from hotel, restaurant, and recreation place. Bali has been one of the world's main tourist destinations for decades. It will soon be ready to welcome foreign tourists. Certainly, it will continue to serve a place where tourists can enjoy their time with a peace of mind. In 2019, Bali has attracted more 6 million foreign visitors and become one of the global leading destinations popular for all segments of traveling ranging from solo and family group.
Dengan harapan kita dan usulan kita, responnya sangat-sangat positif dan kita mulai bergairah dan bangkit ya. Ini yang kita harus lakukan karena setelah setahun ini betul-betul untuk wisatawan domestik ini ada okupansi kita single digit, jadi kunjungan setiap harinya antara 2.500 sampai 3.000.
Hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Naufal. For this opportunity, I will tell you about what management is, what management function is, and some cases. First of all, there are many definitions of management. So, what exactly definition of management is? Management is the coordination and administration of tasks to achieve a goal. Such administration activity including setting the organization strategy and coordinating the effort of staff to accomplish this objective through the application of available resources. Management can also refer to seniority structure of staff members within an organization. Management also may be defined in many different ways. Many eminent authors in this subject have defined the term of management. Like example, according to Lawrence A. Plea, management is the development of people and not the direction of things. According to Joseph Massey, management is defined as the process by which a cooperative group directs action toward common goals. In the word of George R. Terry, management is a distinct process consisting of planning, organizing, actuating, and controlling performed to determine and accomplish the objective by use of people and resources. After we know about the definition of management, then the next thing is the function of management itself. Manager exists in every business. In fact, managers do the same type of tasks in a business. More than just special knowledge, management requires an ability to navigate numerous procedural, structural, and interpersonal challenges in the process of guiding one's team to the completion of various goals. In general, there are 5 basic functions of manager: setting objectives, organizing, motivating the team, devising system of measurement, and developing people. A manager's primary challenge is to solve problems creatively, while drawing from a variety of academic disciplines and to help managers respond to the challenge of creative problem solving. Originally identified by Henry Fayol as 5 elements, but there are now 4 commonly accepted functions of management, also known as POLC. POLC itself stands for planning, organizing, leading, and controlling. So what exactly this 4 commonly function management is? Planning. Planning is the function of management that involves setting objectives and determining a course of action for achieving those objectives. Planning requires that manager to be aware of environmental conditions facing the organization and forecast future conditions. It also requires the manager to be a good decision maker. Much of one planning function consists of working independently to determine what responsibilities must be given to which employee, setting priority level for certain tasks, and creating timelines. However, communication also plays an important role. Organizing. Organizing is the function of management that involves developing an organizational structure and allocating human resources to ensure the accomplishment of objectives. The structure of an organization is the framework within which effort is coordinated. A manager's organizational skill can help to ensure a company or department unit runs smoothly, from establishing internal process and structure to knowing which employee or team are best suited for specific tasks. Keeping everyone and everything organized throughout daily operation are important function of management. Leading. Leading involves the social and informal source of influence that you use to inspire action taken by others. If managers are effective leaders, their subordinates will be enthusiastic about exerting effort to attain organizational objectives. Leadership can manifest itself in a number of ways, including recognizing when employees need an extra boost of reinforcement and price to handling conflict between team members fairly and decisively. Often, managers may function as leaders, even during small personal interactions by modeling supportive, encouraging, and motivational quality. Controlling. To ensure all functions are working toward the success of a company, managers should consistently monitoring the employee performance, quality of work, the efficiency and reliability of completed projects. Control and quality control in management is about making sure that the ultimate goals of the business are being adequately met, as well as making any necessary change when they aren't. The managerial function of controlling should not be confused with control in the behavioral or manipulative sense. This function does not imply that managers should attempt to control or to manipulate the personality, values, attitude, or emotion of their subordinate. Instead, this function of management concerns the manager's roles in taking necessary action to ensure that the work-related activities of subordinates are consistent with and contributing toward the accomplishment of organizational and departmental objectives. So, we can conclude that the management function of planning, organizing, leading, and controlling are widely considered to be the best means of describing the manager's job, as well as the best way to classify accumulated knowledge about the study of management. Employee personal problems are another conflict that often occurs in companies. In addition, the HR team does have restriction on entering the privacy area of employees, so that they should not be seen as meddling in existing personal matters. It is also necessary to pay attention to how change in behavior of employees who experience personal. For example, when employees wish to be diligent in going to work and start to frequently for issues, or even employee who is to be disciplined with working hours starting to be late, behavior change like that need to be observed. If this is allowed, it is likely that employee performance will decline and the company's work productivity will be disrupted. The solution for these cases is the hire team or manager can carry out the process of catching and counseling as a solution. The management function of leadership plays an important role in this case. Not only that, the hire team or manager needs to provide wise solution to existing problems. In this case, providing solution to existing problems or simply providing encouragement and extra boost of reinforcement to related employee will be very helpful and will lead to understanding from employee how the HR team or manager is capable of being professional in carrying out their duties. However, communication also plays an important role. That's all our delivery regarding management, travel, and tourism. Hopefully what we deliver to you is useful. Thank you. Once again, thank you very much.